Good evening, everybody, and happy Friday. Now, I know I'm a little late and behind schedule. It is January 10th, and just wanted to let you guys know, welcome back to a Solo Dolo episode number 2 of Season 2 of Around the Loop. Now, let's see how many Solo Dolo episodes we get to, right? Well, it's going to be every single Friday, unless I have to take a break and I just have episode after episode and after episode. It just happens. So, wanted to let you guys know, I do apologize for taking my sweet time for uploading this episode, and I know I'm behind schedule, but I stay consistent, right? And being consistent is key. So, that's just the start. I'm not feeling my best, and to let you guys know, it happens. Been hit with some bug out there or something. Beats me what it is. Ebola, probably, to be honest. So I think I'll be all right. Just make sure I wash my ass, drink water, and change my socks. I'll be good. That's what Doc says. And so it's gonna be all good. It's gonna be all good. And well, let's give you guys a recap. You know, solo episodes are a recap of my week to let you guys know, behind the scenes, a little update with Gio, and just to give you guys more in depth of who I am. So on this week's episode, I wanted to talk about Sunday's event with Taper Tage, the 5-year anniversary at the Culture Barber Lounge in Oceanside. I'm also going to be talking about the experience with the interview with Jacob John of Soul Shakedown Studios and how that went too. And also going to talk about the that sometimes life throws a curveball at you and you just got to pick yourself up and continue. So let's roll into this week's episode, right?
Better not been in saline. Pack it up, get it right in no sleep. 3-5 it before I sleep. Hit niggas smoking, they put me to sleep. Been round the loop and they all notice me. Round the loop and I put on the team. Come and we slide and we pull up with ski.
Alrighty, guys. So I hope you guys are excited. So let's talk about Sunday's event. Just last Sunday was Taper Tage's 5-year anniversary at the Culture Barber Lounge in Oceanside. It was a blessing, and shout out to Taper Tage. Thank you so much for the invitation, for giving me my first opportunity to do my very first event. And some of y'all may have not known, but it was my very first event out to the public. So for the ones that did come and visit, thank you very much. For the ones that couldn't make it, it's okay. There's going to be another event and many more. So that's not the last of it. And it ain't the last of you seeing me at an event. Talking about events, actually, before I continue more about Sundays. This upcoming Saturday, well, tomorrow, guys. Actually, tomorrow at the Vista Brew House in Vista, California, at 6 p.m., there's going to be a phenomenal lineup of artists. Sorry, I had to take a deep breath and just calm myself because I got super excited, guys. I was about to stutter. And I say a phenomenal lineup. Why? I use the word phenomenal a lot. Because it is. A lot of the artists are either going to be performing for the first time or they already performed. And I'm not going to say whose first time is who and who's performed before. But the trick of the trade is to make it look like you've always performed. So shout out to the gentlemen that are going to be going up on stage. And if any of the females are going up on stage too, shout out to y'all too. And before we even start the event on Saturday, this tomorrow, we're going to do a group prayer just to, wish everybody a safe night. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a memorial in commemorance to Obi-Wan's brother that recently passed away. And the money and all the donations and proceeds are going to be going to the family of the lost one. So if you guys want to come out to the event, it is free. But if you guys would love to make it small, even a $2 donation, $5, or if you have 10, please. Any money helps. So I really appreciate you guys even taking the time. Look it up. It's on Instagram at Around the Loop Podcast. You'll see me tagged on a bunch of posts. And we're all going to be there. Come say hi to your favorite artists and meet some new people, meet some new artists. This is the time to listen to the music, listen to these upcoming artists, upcoming, superstars. And my eyes, they're all superstars in their own special way. So make sure you guys come out tomorrow, Saturday at the Vista Brew House. Like I said, it's a free event. But if you'd like to make a donation, all proceeds are going to be going to the family of the loved lost one. So come out and show some support. I'll also be there as well. So if you guys want to do a quick interview, come say hi. And if you think, oh man, I don't think I deserve to be on this podcast. I don't think I'm good enough to be on the podcast, or I don't have nothing special to share. Anytime I hear somebody say that, I start asking them questions about their personal life, and little do they know, their life is extraordinary. They have special stories, phenomenal events, things that have happened in their life that needs to be shared with around the world. So, talking about that, actually, had the opportunity on Sunday to meet one of the barbers out there that works for the Culture Barber Lounge in Vista, actually. Now, shout out to him, because we do have our episode coming out, and that will be coming out shortly. So I hope you guys are ready for that. And I do really appreciate you doing the last on-the-fly interview. And it looked like it was already planned, and, you did amazing, brother. Like, great job. And if you guys are curious what the episode is going to be about, it is going to be about cannabis. So if it is something that suits you, great. If it doesn't, viewer discretion is advised. So don't say, Gio didn't mention or warn me. It is what it is. So that experience was great. Now Monday's experience with Jacob John was actually pretty cool at Soul Shakedown Studios. And that experience was pretty cool. If you have the blessing or the opportunity, or even get invited to go out there, it is a humbling experience. It is a very uplifting experience. And you guys may think, oh man, maybe I'm talking it up too much. I'm not. Anybody that goes there can say, hey, the energy is clean. It feels pure. I feel safe. I feel good. And for somebody to have such a positive energy place, to feel all these type of positive emotions, means that this individual has put blood, sweat, tears into this. And that just shows y'all. He built his own studio. An episode will be coming out Monday. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Thank you very much, Jacob, for the audio, for cleaning it up and giving me one hell of a masterpiece. So thank you very much. And I hope you guys are ready for that episode. So talking about meeting people and strangers and stuff. Well, this week, silly me, just yesterday, Thursday, I was on my way to work, guys, coming from where I live, and it's about a good hour commute to get to where I needed to be for the job site. Well, I had to drive up to La Jolla in San Diego, and as soon as I was on the 15 going south, crossing, I think, the 805 to the 5, kind of to that road, and I realized, I'm like, man, my tire is like a little wobbly. I'm like, man, this is kind of fucking weird. And I don't remember like loosening my lug nuts or anything. But I knew if I let go of the steering wheel, I was going to, for me, it was an indicator to see if it's like my steering or it's my CV axle. Well, I had it, ended up being my my CV axle, and it snapped. I thanked the Lord. I prayed that morning, and he got me to work safely. I made it to work safely, guys. Spent the entire day working, super stressed out, to be honest, and disappointed in myself. So wanted to talk about that, It almost sounds like I'm beating myself up. I kind of did. I have to admit the truth. I kind of did, and I had a conversation with my lug bug about that. The reason I said that I was disappointed in myself was it's my first time I had to reschedule in my life with for the interviews, and reschedule to a point where I had to cancel 2 interviews the same day, and I was hoping to push one of the interviews out for Friday, for today actually, to help promote the album, which that would have been the interview with Kelkin. Now, if you guys did listen to the first episode with Kelkin, you guys are, I don't know if you guys are even ready for this episode that's coming up between me and him. We're going to take a deep dive into his latest album, Gray. And if you guys haven't had the chance to listen to Gray, I'm going to put the link down there so you guys can actually tap in, listen to the full songs, full night songs, and show some love and support, because it was totally a masterpiece. Definitely took his time. And shout out to Balance for being on She Tryna. And it's dope as fuck. The lyrical flow, the deliverance, like, it's a masterpiece that you guys need to listen to. Almost like a little small homage to. I'm not going to ruin it, but stay tuned. It's pretty dope. And also, and the reason I said I was disappointed, I mean, I reached out to the artist and told him, hey, I do apologize for the inconvenience. I'm sorry I can't make it today, because of my car. And I'm very thankful that they're understanding. So it wasn't an issue, but as long as I continue to, communicate, communication is key. So make sure you guys communicate with each other. And I'm very blessed they were very understanding about the situation. Even though I feel truly bad about it. Because the reasons I feel bad, I can say, is I was looking forward to meeting this. I met these individuals, but to do a episode for the first time with an artist named Velour, and that episode is going to be coming out, and I promise you, good sir, I'm going to give you an episode that you deserve, and also the episode out with Kelkin that's going to be coming out very shortly. I owe it to these gentlemen, and I'm going to give you guys a good ass episode. So that's going to be great. So talking about meeting strangers and new people. So I had to get a tow. And Tripoli came and picked me up there in the job site. And everything was cool. Met the gentleman. I like to do a little small talk. Helps me practice more on my interviews. Helps me practice more on my podcast. And, these small little rides, these small little talks, 20-minute ride, 30-minute ride, like, you can learn a lot about a person in that short amount of time. So, which I did. Not going to say the gentleman's name to just protect his name. But, it was very fascinating because I was talking about the podcast that, I was disappointed that I had to cancel 2 episodes, and he's like, oh, you run a podcast? I said, yes, sir. It's called the Around the Loop Podcast. You could catch me on all streaming platforms. I keep my content genuine, raw, unedited, so it makes a genuine connection with the audience. So you hear me stutter, you hear me mess up, like that's what I'm about. It builds that real, nitty-gritty connection. So we were chit-chatting, and I said, I would love to get you on an episode. And he's like, oh, well, I don't have anything interesting to say. That's when I smiled and I said, that's what everybody says. That's actually where it starts. Oh, I don't have anything interesting. I'm not interesting. But you are. And it's more starting to ask the questions like, how was your childhood? Where are you from? Tell us about yourself a little bit. Gentleman told me who was from Iran, and that they migrated over to America many, many years ago. Small family, but something very beautiful that he did teach me was the wedding. He said the weddings out there are huge. And by huge, I mean massive. So there are small weddings, like the gentleman's wedding that he had. His wedding was only 900 people. And 900, he said that was small. Small? He said in America, that's massive. 900 people. The fact that you even know 900 people, that's pretty dope. Me, I don't even know if I know 900 people, to be honest. Maybe in my lifetime I have. But no, it was cool. And check out Middle Eastern weddings. Just check out weddings from all over the world. See the different cultures and the different aspects and how traditions are done, and check it out. It's pretty cool. You never know what you're gonna learn. So I do apologize if you guys hear some noise in the background. That is my little Oso. He is super excited at the moment because right now I'm currently recording on my couch. I just got home from work, guys, and to be honest with you, I'm going to deliver you guys the episode. So that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. So rolling into Saturday. Saturday, like I said, pull up to the event. It's going to be super dope. There's also going to be vendors out there, so check it out. And also, I know a lot of people are talking about it. Been a lot of hashtags pray for LA. But I really mean it, pray for LA. But if you guys can help one another, it's what we do, help one another. If either whether you have a spot or $1 you can donate, or whatever, blankets, clothes, food, anything and everything helps. There's plenty of websites online that you can contribute to the cause, because these fires are just, man, they will really wipe down a lot of homes and millions of dollars of property destroyed, memories that are priceless. And that's kind of what hurts a little bit. Homes can be replaced, but some of the items on there can't. And those priceless items, I mean, it sucks. It's like I wish there was a way to make a copy of it. It's just to have a backup just in case something happens. But you never know when a disaster happens. It happens in the blink of an eye. So, stay safe out there, y'all. For the folks in LA, stay safe. For the folks that are traveling, be courteous with one another. Also, be kind. During these stressful last moments, be kind. Be understanding. There's a lot of stress in the air. There's a lot of tension. So be courteous with one another. And that's, as much as I can say. So I hope you guys are excited about Monday's episode. I have a couple more episodes lined up. I'm excited about Sunday's episode. Sunday episode, I get to interview a gentleman that he does food reviews. Not going to say exactly who, but a man with a big following. Just saying. It's pretty dope to have this experience, to get to meet him on Sunday. So stay tuned for that episode. It's going to be shot out in the beloved, it's going to be shot in the beloved city of Oceanside, the city of the O, where the palm trees grow. And if you guys, like, gentlemen, females, but gentlemen, anybody actually, if you need a fresh fade and a fresh ass cut, head over. This is a non-paid advertisement. Don't worry, nobody paid me to do this. It's just out of love. So if you want a fresh haircut, you want to look right, you want to even transform, head on over to Culture Barber Lounge, any of the 3 locations. You can head over to Oceanside's location, Vista's location, or if you're not even there and you're in the IE area, head over to Marietta. There's a location there too. Get yourself a fresh haircut, support the family-owned business. Man runs it by himself with a phenomenal team of barbers. So, make sure you check him out and support the swag too. There's hoodies, shirts. Hey, I actually got 2 hoodies right now from him. Got the blue one for the Culture one, and then I have the North Culture one that looks like a North Face tan hoodie with the blue lettering. I love it. It's great. It makes me feel comfortable. So, gives me an idea, down the road, maybe there'll be Around the Loop podcast hoodies, Around the Loop podcast shirts. Little by little, I do definitely want you guys' input. I'll be making polls on Instagram. And that's what I said. I'm going to stay active. The most active is going to be on Instagram. So that's how you can really reach out to me. And for the folks that can't, there'll be an email to be able to contact me, because not everybody has Instagram, and I totally understand. And that's okay. So I hope everybody has a safe weekend. I hope everybody stays healthy. Call your loved ones if you haven't had the chance. Tell them you love them. Tell your friends you love them. Make sure you guys have a good-ass meal tonight. And for the ones that can't have a good-ass meal, I wish you guys nothing but the best. I've been in those situations. And right now, sorry, guys, I'm just getting distracted by my little oso. Oh, bless you, papas. And also, before I even wrap up the episode, if you guys want to take a quick second to skip the next 30 to 45 seconds, that's totally up to you. Viewer discretion is advised. The reason why I waited towards the end is because let's see who stayed around. So if you guys stayed, great, buckle up, here we go. So at no time do I condone driving under the influence of marijuana, consuming cannabis during work, or operating heavy machinery, or even, watching your fucking kids. Now, you got to put down that joint and pick up the responsibility. I highly recommend that. But enough about that little you know, a little warning there. Now let's jump into it. So I talk about cannabis a lot because it saved my life, and I say it in every single episode. It's not for everybody, so if it is for you, great. You're about to learn some things. If it's not, skip it. It's okay. I respect it. So strain of the day, strain of the week is Hella Blueberry by Raw Garden. So come and check out Raw Garden. They got some new shit coming out, some heat, some fire. And if you guys want a great, phenomenal store to go, hey, shit, before I even jump there, imagine just waking up at 6 in the morning. You're like, man, I really want to smoke. I want to enjoy the morning sunrise at the beach. I want to go get a breakfast burrito. I just want to enjoy the world at such an early time. Well, you can if you head on over to Walgreens Vista Dispensary. Walgreens Vista Dispensary opens as early as 6 a.m. At no moment did they pay me to say this advertisement. I'm just saying it because it's that I love. Now, if you ever have the chance to go check them out, it's Walgreens Dispensary. Walgreens Vista Dispensary location. Any location you go to, they should serve you. They should serve you with phenomenal customer service. They're all educated in different items there. So if you get the chance, and either you're a first time cannabis consumer or you've been consuming for years and you want to check out something new, test out their knowledge, head on over to Walgreens. For me, it just happens to be my favorite shop is the one in Vista. That's just my home. But also, shout out to Walgreens in Kearney Mesa as well. They need some love, so go check them out as well. Shout out to all the Walgreens. You know what? Actually, they just opened up a new one, I believe in City Heights in San Diego. So if you go down there, let them know that Around the Loop podcast sent you there. Let them know. Let them know that I, along with Weed Maps, sent you to this phenomenal shop where they're going to treat you right. So, yeah, Hella Blueberry by Raw Garden. Great pen if you guys are looking for a pen. If you guys are looking for strains, CBX. You can never go wrong with some. For me, I really like Blue Flame or White Walker OG. Those are fire. But or Grandmaster too. Like, you ever get a chance to check out any of the straight in CBX is where it's at. Phenomenal bud strains. Now, if you're looking for pre-rolls, man, I really do recommend those Jay and Silent Bob joints. Those things fucking pack a punch. The Caviar, I think they call the Caviar brand, Caviar Gold or something like that. It's fucking phenomenal. They even have an Ice Cube one, if you guys are just curious. But head on over to Walgreens and check them out. Let them know Around the Loop podcast sent you. So, before I wrap it up, I hope you guys are safe. I hope the folks out in LA stay safe. I wish you guys nothing but the best. And like I said, stay up to date with the news that's going on. I hope this year you guys have a lot of dreams that you're going to be able to accomplish, because this is the year, and everybody says, oh, this is the year. But every year is the year to accomplish things. So if I were you, some people get overwhelmed with a list of things they need to accomplish before the end of 25. How about accomplish one big accomplishment every month? So that would technically make 12 accomplishments, right? So 12 accomplishments, that's 12 things you can look back at, 12 important things. And that's just to simplify it. Now, if you really want to get nitty gritty, it's maybe one big accomplishment. You can start with once a month to once a week to once a day to maybe even a couple of accomplishments a day. But don't get overwhelmed with doing too much at once too, because it happens. It gets stressful. So, shout out to my dad too. Just want to let you guys know, I love you, Pops. Thank you for everything. Thank you for teaching me what I know in mechanics. Taking this little moment to just show my appreciation to you and just let the world know of Around the Loop. Very grateful for you, Dad. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for making me the man I am too, for helping me, or constructing me in a way, educating me in auto mechanics. Thank you for helping me out too. And I know that you don't get too much recognition, but I'm proud of you too. So you deserve that spotlight. And for anybody that knows my dad out there, if you met the man, he will go the extra mile. He will push walls just to make shit happen, even at his own sacrifice. So you guys get to meet him. You know, it's a humbling experience because this man will take care of you and anybody he meets. So much love. Love you, Dad. Just wanted to let you guys know that. And thank you very much for, chiming in on this week's Solo Dolo episode number 2 of season 2 of Around the Loop podcast. I hope you guys have a safe Friday, safe night, enjoy the weekend. Stay tuned for these future episodes coming out. So many. Oh man, I don't even know where the list starts, but new faces. Even have some people from Japan that I'm going to be interviewing. Also from Canada. I got my first Canadian artist too, which is super fucking awesome. So very, very thankful for that. Also even have my first artist that's from the Midwest, I believe. So that's going to be nice. That interview is going to be coming out too. And, stay tuned for all sorts of, podcast episodes, either hosting, interviewing, or even, like I said, it's change it up a little bit and give you guys the shows you guys deserve. So sorry if you hear some background sound, but that's my little boy. That's my little Oso right there. You want some attention about us, but Dad's got to do this podcast. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Stay tuned for Monday's episode with Jacob John of Soul Shakedown Studio. Also, stay tuned for the recap or episode that happened with the Barber of Culture Barber Lounge. That's going to be coming out shortly too. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, just stay tuned. And also make sure you guys come show some love and support. I've been noticing the charts, the numbers have been haven't been there no more like they used to. I remember checking, they would drop an episode and wake up in the morning and see 10, 12, 15 downloads. And now I wake up and see 1, 2, 3. And the views have been going down. I don't know if it's something I said, but if it is, make sure you DM me on Instagram. Let me know what I said wrong or how I can improve the show. Because, definitely could use the love and support. So thank you guys for tuning in on this week's episode of Around the Loop.
Tokyo kill it. Don't trust him, Bo, and I know that he's spinning. Triple A rapper, flawless in vision.